Welcome to Crash and Burn, the story of what happens when filming a movie goes horribly wrong.
Really bad. Let me suck, man. He fought 2 guys, went for an 8-year break, came back, fought 1 guy, and gave the mantle over to some cop named Robin.
Now he fucked around, he fought more than 2 guys,
Mario, he fought 2 guys. Scarecrow, Joker. Went on a break. That's not Batman. It's not. And why was John Blake's name Robin?
Hey, don't disrespect Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Who? You don't know him?
No,
he was in the movie.
Who was he in the movie?
Robin.
Today we are joined with director, editor, and actor, Jonathan Goodheights. Welcome, Jonathan. So, why don't you explain to me a little bit about what happened on set?
What happened on set? Well, where do I start with that one?
Oh, they were gone! They didn't put anyone else in there! Only 3 villains!
He was like, oh, my girlfriend's dead. I can't do this anymore.
Okay!
My life is over.
If there were
He would have found somebody.
If there was, he would have fought them.
The Scarecrow was
But he
still running
didn't.
around.
That Scarecrow wasn't shit anymore. He didn't have
He was
anything.
never shit.
He didn't have anything. He was a judge in the 3rd one. He wasn't doing shit. He was just sitting on his ass.
Batman was a whiny little bitch.
Okay then.
That's what the whole movie's
so
about.
Spider-Man. He's a little bitch.
This has nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Mary Jane.
Spider-Man's whole point of existence is that he's a whiny little bitch.
It's my first time attempting to film something more than just a skit. Like a 2-3 minute skit, funny, throw it on YouTube, done with it. It's my first attempt to film something a little bigger than that. And I was not expecting all the obstacles that came from that. It's a lot harder than I thought. It's pretty much Murphy's Law applied to filmmaking.
So what happened with your actors? Weren't there supposed to be a few more?
Yes, I did have some problems with actors. 2 different actors, both playing pretty important parts, flaked out on me at the last minute. I tried to find replacements, but it didn't work out. So I had to then fill both their shoes. I then had to fill both of their shoes myself. It's not an easy task. It's the part of Frankie and the part of Alex, Stacy's boyfriend, at the end.
How did that affect the process? I mean, directing and acting in it at the same time?
Yeah, acting and directing at the same time was not an easy task. I mean, there's some footage where you can clearly see me directing while acting. It did not work out the way that I had planned it to. I'm very disappointed with how it worked out.
Well, if my facts are correct, that wasn't the only problem you had with actors. Wasn't there some problem with actors on set?
Yeah, you're right. I had some problems with actors on set too. Particularly my lead. He's a cool guy and all, but he did not want to learn his dialogue. He flat out refused to do a couple of the key monologues and just changed all the lines up. Caused quite a bit of headache. He turned the monologue that was supposed to sum up what the whole thing was about into 2 sentences that made no sense. Trying to edit it at the end was a nightmare.
I'm not the one dating the fake, so because I'm comfortable. So you enjoy it. I don't know what else to say. The movies, man. What about?
It's fine. It would have been a pain. But speaking of editing, I heard you had some problems with that as well.
I did have some problems with the editing, yes. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but whenever I went to edit it, the volume would just randomly disappear. I mean, the video files, the audio was there. You could hear it. Whenever I put it into my editor, silence.
That was Fox's fault.
One more time.
That was.
One more time.
That wasn't to do with that.
Alright, let's do it one more. No, you were good. Versions of it. Go. Has anything ever happened when you were editing something else?
Never had problems like that before. It was quite a nuisance.
The second unit shots are clearly distinct from your own. Was there any purpose behind this, or was it purely coincidental?
Yes, the second unit that was some problems. The second unit.
Another problem I had with my second unit was one of the things she was tasked with was getting a telephone pole in the background of the shot with their actors. She instead got a shot with utility poles. As you can see, they are two completely different things. This caused me a lot of problems in the editing room.
I can't see you.
From what I'm told, the rubber ball gave you quite a problem on set. Care to elaborate?
That rubber ball. Yeah, well first I had trouble finding one. So I finally hunted one down and I asked them how much it cost. And they were like, I could have sworn the lady said $1. Turns out it was roughly $9, close to $10 for a little rubber ball. And then it kept bouncing everywhere, we kept losing it. And then we had our first shot and it was like, okay, the camera started to die because I forgot to bring extra batteries, so the camera kept dying and we had to go recharge the camera, come back. Well, I was going to reshoot the opening scene. Whenever we opened the car door, the bouncy ball, the rubber ball, rolled out of the car, rolled down the street, and then went right into the sewer grate. There goes that rubber ball.
So what were some of the other problems you had on the set of this movie?
Another problem we had on set that I guess kind of goes with pretty much everything we've been talking about so far is the fact that we didn't have a lot of time to do it in. We had just one day due to scheduling conflicts and stuff like that, and the day got away from us fairly quickly with the joking around and the playing and the people refusing to do their lines. We quickly lost daylight. If you look at the footage, the whole thing should have taken place within a couple minutes. It was just 2, 3, 4 conversations, and yet it went from noon to like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and you could tell it literally got darker and darker word for word. It did not give off the look that I was going for. The other problem was music. We had someone who was supposed to provide us with original songs to lay ground, you know, a score for the film. But at the last minute, due to whatever reasons, they couldn't make it. So we were left with no music.
Seems like everything that could have gone wrong on this film did. Where do you go from here in regards to this film?
Where do I go from here? I'm proud of the script. So I think where I go from here is I try again. Maybe same actors, maybe new actors, no time restraint, just...
How would you care to sum up your experience on this film?
To sum up my experience? Hard. Painful.
In short, I think this has been a very stressful holiday from our regular life. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So where are you going?
Yeah, I need to, I gotta go. Okay, thank you for joining us. This is Crash and Burn.